Hey, everybody, it's me, Will. I am live right now. Cool. Uh, what's going on, everybody? Typically, tonight, right now, Kristen and I would be recording a new episode of our podcast, Guide to the Unknown. But Kristen is on vacation right now. She's out in Canada. She's in Toronto as we speak, I think. And when I was on vacation recently, when I was in Iceland, Kristen did a live stream at our usual time, sort of to make up for it. And so I figured I would do the same thing. So what's going on, everybody? Hey, Bobby. I see Bobby in the chat already. And Tracy, what's going on, everybody? Yeah, I thought this might be kind of fun. I'm going to keep it kind of, I don't know, chill and low stakes. If anybody has any questions or things they want me to weigh in on or anything, feel free to drop them in the chat. I can see everything everybody is doing. I am monitoring you all. I don't know what's causing all this, Bob. I have no idea. Elena, Tina, oh my gosh, what is going on, everybody? I hope you're all having a nice day, a pleasant evening. I know I am. I'm going to kick things off with an idea. I tried to post something on Facebook before, and then I found out that Facebook doesn't allow this. I am, on all social media, I'm at Haunted Sponge. And I think I've had enough. I don't think I want to be at Haunted Sponge anymore. I feel like it worked for a long time. Oh, welcome, Arletta. That's very exciting. This is not a traditional live stream. I will tell you that much. I'm not solving any mysteries, and I'm not recording a podcast, but I'm very happy that you're hanging out with us. I'm thinking of what people would call rebranding, although I feel like that's a lofty way to phrase it. I've got a few ideas for new names. I want you all to weigh in. If you think that I should stay as at Haunted Sponge, feel free to make your case. If you like that name, go for it. But here are some other options I want to throw out there. And I'm willing to take other suggestions as well. First and foremost, Will Rogers 2000. This is the original username that I had online. And I feel like that alone is enough to say, like, I guess that didn't work. People didn't really care about that. They didn't particularly like it. My entire life, people have told me, like, oh, Will Rogers. Will Rogers was a famous cowboy comedian guy. Are you him? And I have to say, no, I'm not. That's somebody else. And so Will Rogers 2000 was essentially the idea of, like, that guy existed in, like, the 30s or something like that. What if it was actually in the new millennia? So Will Rogers 2000. I like that. The other is I'm live hanging out. Sorry. Feel free to post this places too, everybody. I'm live hanging out. Join me. So there's that. Then, on Guide to the Unknown this past week, I talked about somebody who called themselves Little Brother. This was a person that, like, sent me a bunch of ciphers and weird riddles in my email and stuff. And at one point, he referred to me as a myth traveler. And that really sort of stuck in my head. Myth traveler. I think I could probably secure at Myth Traveler. What do you all think of that? Is that ridiculous? Basically, I think Haunted Sponge sounds goofy. And if I am, I've got, like, a really cool opportunity to go to, like, the Tribeca Film Festival and do a bunch of weird stuff. And if I meet people and I'm trying to, like, get to know them and stuff, if I tell them that I'm at Haunted Sponge, I don't know. I feel like Sponge comes across, like, inherently goofy. And yeah, Bobby, you just pointed it out. It's meaningless. I don't know. Haunted Willie, I actually kind of like. I kind of like Haunted Willie. So what's the idea? You all think that Will Rogers 2000 is not particularly interesting? I might agree with you about that. Hey, Crumbs. Hey, Crummy. Because Kristen's in Canada right now, Allie and I are watching her dog, Crumbs, who's literally my dog's brother. And let's see what he's up to right now. One of the benefits of doing a live stream this way is that I can kind of maneuver around. Let me see if I can... Yeah, here, check this out. Hey, Crumbs. What you doing, bud? What were all those ripping and tearing sounds I heard? What was it? Oh, you were getting into the garbage under the desk. Got it. You happy about that or you sad about that? Tail wagging? He's happy about it. He's very happy about it. Sorry, the ripping and tearing sounds were distracting me. I don't know if you could all hear them. It was chaos, absolute chaos. So yeah, okay. Haunted Sponge, Myth Traveler, Will Rogers 2000, Digital Mystery Man. That's the one that my wife particularly likes. I don't know if you saw, I did a live stream with Allie the other day where I was trying to like create the key art for Guide to the Unknown this week. And I wanted to, Allie suggested like, hey, what if you got sort of like a Matrix type image where it's a man made out of binary, like all zeros and ones and stuff. And she was making fun of me because the way that I tried to find that was by searching Digital Mystery Man versus what she did, which was like binary silhouette or something. She got exactly the right thing. I got garbage. But Digital Mystery Man is pretty funny. Let's see. Aletta says it's a cool name. Which one's a cool name? That's the trick. Haunted Will or Will the Hunter? I like Haunted Will. I like Haunted Will or Haunted Willie. Maybe Willie is too silly. Sorry to have to say that. Mr. Magic Might. I want a bunch. Hey, Mom. Thanks for all the dog emojis. Tina votes for Myth Traveler. I wonder if I can post a poll. That was what I was trying to do on Facebook, and I found out that you, on Facebook at least, you can only post a poll with 2 options. It's ridiculous. Hey, Crumbs. Hey, Crumbs. I'm going to be fighting a battle against this dog, I think. Let's see. Jennifer says, I prefer Myth Traveler to Haunted Sponge. I always thought Sponge was because you soak up a lot of info about haunted stuff, but it also made me think of SpongeBob or cartoons. Yeah, I think that's exactly right. A little background on what Haunted Sponge is. So when I first started using that like name online and everything, it was around a time where I was like not sure what I really wanted to do, and I had the revelation that I really only care about horror, mystery stuff. That's like the particular genre that makes me tick, and I've always been interested in writing and performing and stuff, and I essentially was deciding to like narrow my focus and only do stuff in mystery. That's where Guide to the Unknown comes from too. And my wife came up with the name, and I think it was like the logic behind it is really great. The name itself, I just don't like anymore. The idea was I'm very obsessive, and I will suddenly, I think probably like a lot of people, I will suddenly become obsessed with a very specific thing. So like recently I read all of the Hannibal Lecter books and watched all the Hannibal Lecter movies, and we're watching Hannibal the show. And when I do stuff like that, when it seems like it came out of nowhere and all of a sudden I'm obsessed with James Bond, and I'm watching absolutely every single James Bond movie without fail, my wife calls it sponging. I'm sponging it all up. I'm soaking it all up. And Haunted was because I'm trying to stick to a particular genre, horror. So I became the Haunted Sponge. And I think that made a lot of sense at the time. And I think it's time for a change. So that at least is to explain where this all came from. But I definitely don't want to make people be thinking of SpongeBob and cartoons. It's not quite what I want to go for. Antoinette, hey. Myth Traveler. Yeah, I'm getting a lot of votes for Myth Traveler. Yeah, Michelle, Myth Traveler is open on Twitter and Insta. Maybe it's stupid to even say this. I was looking at that before, and Allie was like, oh, lock it down. And I went, yeah, you're right. And then I didn't do it. I'm literally live right now. I'm going to go get Myth Traveler and see what happens. Let's sign up. Any one of you can swoop in right now, by the way, if you want to steal it and then hold it ransom for $5,000. There's nothing to stop you from doing that, except I'd really prefer it if you wouldn't. Verify phone. Can't do that right now. I'm using my phone. Let's use email instead. Email. Yeah, we will use Myth Traveler at talkbomb.com. Mythtraveler at talkbomb.com. Let's see. Create account, sign up, verification code Should be coming through. I'm not going to show you my email. I'm just going to try to get that real quick. Maybe I will start sharing my screen in a moment. Let's see. Did I get it? Yep, got it. Okay. All right, verify. Got my code. I'm going to go plug that in. Next. What do I have to do? Password. Easy. Done. I'm like a step away. Pick a profile picture. See, here's the thing. From working on shows, I would set up accounts for like Blackwood and stuff, and then I got blocked because I would be setting up the account and not using it right away. And so I would get flagged as spam and stuff. So I got to figure out a way to create this account so I can have it. Bio is I'm that guy. It's not about keeping this account. It's about locking up the username, and I can always transfer it to another thing in a minute. Well, let's see. Suggestions for me to follow, whatever. Next. Skip notifications. Man, they really like to trap you into a bunch of stuff. And then, here we go. Moment of truth. Settings. Settings and privacy. MYTH. Traveler. Still available. Save. I'm going to put in my password again to get it. Save. Myth Traveler is mine on Facebook. Or on Twitter. How do you spell the word? I'm technically a professional writer. How do you spell the word traveler? 2 L's or 1? 1 L. Perfect. All right, Myth Traveler on Twitter. That's mine. You all can't have it. Cool. Yeah, what do you think? What do you think, Myth Traveler? You meet me at a fancy conference. I explain like, oh yeah. I'm a writer. I wrote a show called Blackwood. I produced a show called Earthbreak. A few suggestions for survival with additional hints and tips about how to make yourself more comfortable during the alien apocalypse. Opening at Tribeca on May 4th, starring Jenny Slate. And then I say, yeah. You should follow me. I'm at Myth Traveler. Does that make people go, what? What are you talking about? I don't want to be boring either. That's the thing. Like, I would like to be cool. Or, like, have some element of humility. And I feel like even putting this much thought into it makes it not seem spontaneous and fun. But, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. Let's see. What's everyone saying? Yeah, Myth Traveler's definitely getting a lot of votes here. Twitter seems to be gone. That's because I locked it up. Yeah, you can all be the travelers. You can be the blues travelers. Sorry. Talk Bombers. Yeah, Eric. Yeah, Talk Bomb is like the production company idea for all the independent stuff. Like Guide to the Unknown is Talk Bomb. We used to do a ton of shows. We used to do like 3 shows a week, so much so that we needed sort of a banner to house them all under. And I used to refer to people as Talk Bombardiers, but I don't think I ever said that publicly. I think I maybe only said it in my head because it doesn't sound good. Myth Traveler would be intriguing to you, Tails Kagamine. Myth Traveler makes me sound legit. Bobby, you tag Talk Bomb on all your stuff? Cool. Yeah, I mean, you should. I feel like why not lean into it? We've got 7 years of material that we've produced. My mom says I can never be boring. Does Myth Traveler feel too serious? I feel like if I'm saying it to you, hopefully you're aware that there's like an element of absurdity and exaggeration to it. But if I go like, yeah, name's Myth Traveler, does that shut people down? You know, just a thought, just throwing it out there. Myth Traveler. Michelle says, Myth Traveler and Guide to the Unknown invokes some mental image of you as a spooky tour guide. Yeah, do I want that? Am I taking you all on a tour of strange things? In Guide to the Unknown, yes. You can probably even make an argument for Blackwood as being like, from the mind of the Myth Traveler. But even joking about that upsets me. From the twisted mind of the myth traveler comes a new terrifying vision. If I say it in that voice, it's weird. Definitely doing it then. The thing is, I can't prevent myself from saying certain things. I trained for a long time, in particular with Bobby in the chat right now. I trained for a long time how to disconnect my mouth from my brain. And it's very hard to go back. It's very hard for my brain to control my mouth again. Let's try something real quick. What did I say? Myth Traveler at talkbomb.com. Full name, Will Rogers. Username, Myth Traveler. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What are we doing here? MYTHTRAVELER. Copy and paste. Don't mess with me. I'm a man on a mission. Talkbomb.com. Also, the real problem of whether or not I can do any of this at all is if Facebook will allow me. Because Facebook, if they feel like you're trying to change your page name to something that doesn't like mesh with the original name, they will stop you from doing it. I don't quite know why. Myth Traveler might not be available on Instagram anymore. Did any of you do that? Myth Traveler. Refresh. Yeah, Myth Traveler I think is already taken on Instagram. Wow. Wow. That's interesting. Let's see. Tails Kagamine. You're taking us on a tour of the things that most would turn away from fear or discomfort. That's interesting. Getting a Twilight Zone vibe. I like that. I'm done with a Twilight Zone vibe. I also think if I'm smiling at you and I go, Myth Traveler, maybe that's cool. And I can still have Will Rogers on it, you know? So we're leaving Will Rogers 2000 behind in the dust, just to be clear. I'm going to let you all, this is funny, the game has now changed. I am now making it, you're all in control of the name that I'm going to pick. And I think the voting has made it clear that I'm going to go with Myth Traveler. I will now be the Myth Traveler because you all said so. I'm going to try to make it happen, and I actually really like that. If I tell people like, yeah, I was talking about it on a live stream. I threw out a few different suggestions. People liked Myth Traveler. Done. Done. I think that's kind of fun. Bobby says, when I search Instagram, I only find Myth Travelers. Okay, maybe I'm not doing this right. Let me see. Myth Traveler at talkbomb.com. Full name, Will Rogers. Username, Myth Traveler. Hey, Crumbs. Oh, wait a minute. Am I stupid? No, wait. I mean, I might be, but hold on. Am I trying to log in or sign up? It says the username is not available, like explicitly. Here,